안녕하세요. 알러브 핸즈온의 이재석입니다. 네, 이번 시간에는 이그나이트 키노트 5번째 인투 포커스 비즈니스 애플리케이션에 대해서 알아보도록 하겠습니다. 전체 내용이 한 40분에 달하기 때문에 천천히 영상을 보면서 이야기하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 반가운 소리예요.
Hello and
예, 전체 진행은 카로아나 카티무 님이 진행하실 거예요.
welcome. Over the next 40 minutes, we find out how Microsoft
비즈니스 애플리케이션이라서 마이크로소프트의 다이나믹 365랑 파워 플랫폼 이게 큰 두 개의 축이거든요. 요걸 이제 중심으로 이야기하실 거예요.
Dynamics 365 and Power Platform empower you to adapt to new business priorities, innovate everywhere, and improve the customer experience. Charles Lamanna joins me to unpack all of the incredible announcements we have in store.
진행자이시고요. 그 다음 제 발표자가 좀 이따가 나오실 건데 남자분이신데 찰스 라만나예요.
And we take your audience questions live. Let's get to it. This is Microsoft Ignite into Focus.
주로 이제 비즈니스 애플리케이션 2022 릴리즈 웨이브 2 이거와 관련된 이야기들이에요. 근데 이제 모두 다 하는 건 아니고 매우 중요한 몇 가지 큰 테마 위주로 발표.
I'm Caruana Gatimu. In this session, you'll see real-world examples of the capabilities that will be available in 2022 Release Wave 2. We'll save time at the end for question and answer, both in-room attendees, awesome in-room attendees, and for our fantastic digital audience. Submit your questions into the chat. And to guide us through everything, I'd like to welcome Charles Lamanna, CVP of Business Applications and Platform. Charles? Hi.
How's it going?
It's so good to see you.
Thank you.
It is so good to be here in person. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Charles.
Yes, thank you, Caruana. It's amazing to see all the faces looking back at you from the crowd for the first time in a couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. There are so many new capabilities coming in 2022 Release Wave 2. Tell us a little bit about that. Oh my goodness.
Yes, absolutely. I'm excited to share some great demos, some great customer stories, all built out with the engineering team. We've been building some amazing capabilities over the last 6 months, and I'm also looking forward to making some big announcements about capabilities coming in the next 6 months or so.
We love big announcements. You know that. It's exciting. But let's dive into how the engineering team.
먼저 다이나믹 365에 대해서 이야기할 건데요. 고객 경험, 고객 서비스, 재무, 공급망 관리 이렇게 큰 4개의 카테고리 속에서 각 서비스들이 어떻게 변화하고 있는지 설명하실 거예요.
And all the customer feedback, how everything is really transforming the customer experience to customer service to finance and supply chain management. But first thing, will you help us understand how you think of business applications?
Yeah, business applications at Microsoft really are two big things, Dynamics 365 and the Power Platform. And they're really unique compared to the rest of the Microsoft Cloud because they're targeted to all types of users. Whether you're a professional developer, an office worker, a first-line worker, or any other of the billions of workers out there.
이 점이 좀 독특한 면이죠. 보통 애저 같은 경우는 인프라 이런 쪽을 관련해 가지고 개발자들 이렇게 하는데 이쪽 분야는 파워 플랫폼이라든지 아니면 단연 36 같으면은 전문 개발자 아니면 사무직 근로자 아니면은 일선 근로자 그러니까 비즈니스 앱을 사용하는 모든 사람들을 위한 어떤 포지션이라서 전체 MS에서 볼 때는 좀 독특한 면이 있는 것 같습니다.
Business apps help you get your job done more efficiently. Microsoft Dynamics 365, it unifies customers and business data, relationships, workflows, all in a single cohesive business cloud. This reduces complexity, it brings new levels of efficiency, cross-functional engagement, and breakthrough customer experiences to every business that uses it. And we have amazing apps and dynamics.
다이나믹 그 365에는 여러 그 어플리케이션들이 있거든요. 그 대표적으로 이제 영업, 고객 서비스, 마케팅, 공공망, 재무 이외에도 한 열 몇 가지 되는 것 같아요. 되게 많아요.
365 to help you with sales, customer service, marketing, supply chain, finances, and a whole bunch more. On top of that, the Power Platform enables everyone to build low-code solutions that contribute to the development process, multiplying their technical capacity and helping build amazing technical abilities across organizations. And today, we'll get to see how so many different customers design integrated experiences and solutions across Dynamics 365 and the Power Platform.
That's just so much, and you hit on so many points that I think are, really important. Especially, we're talking a lot about low code, no code, but that is just empowering so many more people in our space. It's such a great, and I'm always talking about this, career development opportunity, right?
Yep, absolutely. And I think that's one of the things that gets us so excited at Microsoft is all the people we can get involved. That
점점 많은 사람들이 이제 클라우드에 참여할 수 있는 기회가 넓어진다는 거죠. 그게 요즘에 그 파워 플랫폼 같은 경우는 더욱 심한 것 같아요. 이번에 제가 다음 주에 발표하는 피그마에서 앱 만들기 이런 경우도 이제 기존 디자이너들이 이제 만든 것을 이제 협업해서 앱으로 만드는 것 이런 것들로 보면은 참여자가 훨씬 점점 많아지고 있죠.
maybe in the past weren't.
Right, exactly. And we saw that about the strength of your community just recently, and there's so much happening out there,
Yep.
And so much on Microsoft Learn that people can really lean into. So I want to ask you, what exactly can everyone look forward to in 2022 Release Wave 2? What are those plans?
Yeah,
Share the stuff.
Yes, there's just so much great work that the team's been building and coming through the release wave for both Dynamics and the Power Platform. It's our second release wave of the year, and it covers all the new capabilities we have planned for today through the next 6 months into March 2023. It includes hundreds of new features and enhancements that demonstrate all of our continued investment in reimagining business apps. And as new business have to reprioritize and adjust how they're responding to changing market conditions or new customer opportunities, they need to be more agile than they've ever had to be in the past. You have to be able to adapt in order to survive. And Dynamics 365 and the Power Platform empower everyone to build mission-critical solutions for their customers, employees, and operations. At Microsoft, we're so focused on creating applications and experiences.
요즘에 보면은 다이나믹 365도 그렇고 파워 플랫폼도 그렇고 데이터, AI, 협업 이런 것들 통해서 서로 통합되어지는 경험이 되게 중요해진 것 같습니다.
That add value to every role at every organization through data, AI, and collaboration. And up ahead, we'll share a preview of some of the biggest features and the biggest news about how you can start getting value from these capabilities today.
And because there's the pace of change that you're just talking about, and I really want to call that out because the engineering team, you're responding to the pace of change and hopefully, people's unmet needs, that even things they haven't articulated yet, you're really responding to. I think that's probably what excites me the most about it.
Yeah, me too.
I know. There's going to be a game for those following. How many times do we say excite in this segment?
Yep.
But that's okay. So taking into account, that overview that you just gave us, how are we going to see this in action?
가장 먼저 이제 고객 경험과 관련된 서비스에 대해서 이야기할 거예요. 이제 비바 세일즈에서 얘기할 건데 이걸 통해서 얼마나 고객들이 좋은 경험을 가지게 되는지 한번 보시기 바랍니다.
And like when it comes to, for instance, customer experience.
So that's a great question, and one of the things we always talk about on our team is show, don't tell. So last week we announced the general availability for Microsoft Viva Sales. Viva Sales is a seller experience that enriches Microsoft 365 applications and
여기 이제 마이크로소프트 365 애플리케이션은 메일을 얘기해요. 아웃룩이랑 여기 보이는 팀즈랑 그리고 비바 세일즈를 통해 가지고 다이나믹 365랑 서로 되게 유기적으로 물 흐르듯이 데이터들이 잘 이제 짜여져 있다고 해야 되나? 뭐 이게 이제 얘들 같으면 옛날 데이터를 다 카피 앤 페스트, 컨트롤 C, 컨트롤 V 해서 이제 데이터를 입력하고 있는 이런 것들이 딱 하나로 이제 모든 것이 하나에서 이제 작업을 하면은 다른 곳에 다 이제 데이터가 들어가는 놀라운 경험을 한번 보시게 될 겁니다.
Microsoft Teams with brand new amazing seller workflows. And you can now automatically capture, access, and register data without having to enter it manually into any CRM system, whether it's Dynamics 365 or Salesforce, which is a huge change of how we think about transformation. It eliminates all those administrative tasks and burden of manual entry that so many sellers have to struggle with every single day, so they can spend more time focusing on selling. So, speaking of showing, not telling, let's hear from Linda Simovic, who has an amazing demo from one of our customers at Teleperformance using Viva Sales.
Great. Let's look.
For sellers, time is money. Relationships are key. Yet most sellers only spend a third of their time with customers. It's a challenge many organizations are striving to resolve. Let's take a look at how Teleperformance is using Viva Sales to reclaim time and boost morale for their sellers. Teleperformance is a global business process outsourcing and customer experience service provider. With customer engagement split between Salesforce and sellers' personal outlooks, seller productivity was impacted as they were manually updating multiple systems to keep data accurate and activity synchronized in all applications. To provide ultimate service to their customers, capturing data uniformly and correctly is critical. Teleperformance is currently using Viva Sales to have a better grasp on their customers while improving sellers' employee experience. With Outlook plus
여기가 지금 보시면은 오른쪽에 비바 셀즈가 있잖아요. 근데 위에 보시면 아웃룩이에요. 아웃룩에 여기 이제 처음으로 이제 진입하게 되면은 비바 셀즈를 설치할 거냐 뭐 이런 것도 있어요. 그 설치를 하고 나면은 동의를 하고 나면 비바 셀즈가 여기 생겨요. 거기 보면 여기 왼쪽에 보면은 피플이 있고 여기 보면은 셀즈 포스가 있죠. 셀즈 포스에서도 데이터를 주고받을 수 있고 다이나믹 365도 돼요. 셀즈 포스는 MS 서비스는 다른 서비스죠. 여기 보면 사람 이름이 있고 그 다음에 뭐 요 이메일 주소가 있어요. 근데 여기 보면 add to 셀즈 포스가 있죠. 요 데이터를 내가 안 적어도 여기 있죠. 여기 지금 이메일에 있는 여기 우리 메일 명함이라고 하잖아요. 요 부분에 있는 요 사람 이름이랑 요 이메일 주소 이런 것들을 갖고 와가지고 여기다가 셀즈포스에 내가 뭔가를 입력 안 해도 입력이 다 되신 상태에서 이제 붙일 수 있다는 거죠. 추가할 수 있다는 거예요.
Viva Sales. Their sellers can see contacts already in Salesforce and those not. They can easily add new or missing contacts and even edit existing ones directly from here.
요 부분이 지금 이 사람이 지금 입력해서 나온 게 아니고 여기에서 갖고 온 거예요. 요걸 보고. 그래서 이걸 보면서 우리가 또 앞으로 알록에 자신의 명함, 이메일 명함도 잘 적어 놓을 필요가 있다는 생각이 들죠.
The information is auto-filled from the email signature. These changes sync to their Salesforce in real time, solving the
이렇게 입력을 하면은 여기 셀즈포스에도 똑같이 이제 동기화된다는 거죠.
classic problem of cataloging and maintaining customer contacts centrally. The account and opportunity data from Salesforce connected to
그리고 이분을 누른 상태에서 디테일을 누르면은 또 이분하고 주고받았던 여러 가지 뭐 내용이라든가 파일들 이런 것들도 볼 수 있고요.
contact are available everywhere they interact with them, Outlook or Teams. It's possible to drill down to the record to get additional details without ever leaving the tool. For data visibility and reporting, Teleperformance mandates entry of specific customer events, tasks, and emails. Prior to Viva Sales, most customer engagement data wasn't captured because this information was documented in personal calendars. Now, Viva Sales allows the sellers to save an email or a meeting from
그리고 뭐 이메일 주고받은 거라든가 회의라든가 이런 것들에 관계된 것들도 여기 뜬다는 거죠. 그럼 필요한 것들 클릭해서 이제 추가시킬 수 있다는 겁니다.
Outlook to an account or opportunity in Salesforce with a single click, allowing them to maintain the relationship trail. Before meeting the customer, instead of searching for
이 점도 보고 되게 놀랐던 건데 지금 아웃룩에 지금 캘린더잖아요. 캘린더에 미팅을 잡아놓은 것 같아요. 조인 여기 있는 거 보면은 팀즈 미팅을 잡아놓은 것 같은데 보통 이제 팀들 미팅이 뭐 이제 보통 미팅이 있다 그러면은 기존의 이메일이라든가 아니면 자기가 적어놓은 뭐 엑셀 뭐 메모장 이런 데서 어떤 얘기들을 쭉 했는지를 뭐 찾고 하는 그런 특히 이제 이메일이 이제 계속 찾는 거죠. 검색해서 무슨 주고받았는지 이런 것들을 해가지고 회의 이제 준비를 했는데 이제 좀 달라질 수 있다는 거예요. 한번 보세요. 놀랍습니다.
Emails or notes, the sellers can now open the customer card and review previous meeting summaries.
조인회가 들어오면은 보통 우리가 여기 이제 그 팀즈에 들어가기 바로 직전에 그 화면이잖아요. 요거 이제 눌러서 들어가는데 여기에도 비바 세일즈가 있어요. 그러면은 기존에 이 사람의 뭐 주고받았던 거라든가 아까 디테일레스하고 세일즈포스도 봤겠지만 뭐 노트, 개인적인 노트 적어놓았던 노트, 그 다음 주에 뭐 어떤 주고받았던 뭐 메일이라든지 뭐 아니면은 팀즈 뭐 회의라든가 여러 가지 중요한 어떤 액티비티들 여기에 뜨고 그리고 또 필요한 문서들도 파일들도 여기 뜬 걸까 보이죠. 요렇게 이런 걸 이용해서 미리 이제 다 파악해서 이제 들어갈 수 있다는 거죠. 그리고 또 요거 보고 잘 모르겠다 그러면은 이 일을 담당했던 사람들과 또 회사 내에서 미리 팀즈 회의를 한 다음에 그 다음에 이제 이분이랑 팀즈 미팅에 들어가면 훨씬 더 이제 고객을 잘 알고 들어가는 거겠죠.
Summaries, allowing them to prepare proposals faster by sharing relevant information with their colleagues. In the last couple of months, Teleperformance has been working with Microsoft to further expand their adoption by including additional features. Customer experience is key for them and have been thoughtful of their approach on adopting call recording and transcription capabilities. Soon,
이 점은 또 뭐냐고 하면은 여기 이제 캘린더에 돼 있는데 여기에 이제 그 우리 팀즈 미팅이 끝나고 나면은 여기 보면은 비바 세일즈라고 해서 리캡 부분 있죠. 그리고 누가 어떤 말을 했는지에 대한 요약본이 하이라이트가 나고요. 거기에 대해서 내가 또 어떤 말을 했는지 중요한 것들을 팔로우업을 하고 있습니다. 그리고 오른쪽에 보면은 뭐 트랜스크립트라고 해가지고 시간대별로 무슨 말을 했는지 쭉 나오죠. 그리고 또 여기에 만약에 우리 기본 영어가 아닌 경우에 있어서 뭐 프랑스 같은 경우에 트랜스레이트하면 영어로 바꿔준다든지 여기 번역할 수 있는 도구도 있고요. 그리고 이 사람과의 대화 과정에 있어서의 그 사람의 감정 전반적으로 긍정적이네요. 뭐 근데 이제 어떤 부분에 가면 또 부정적인 이야기가 나올 수도 있고 그럼 그걸 이제 눌러서 어떤 말을 했는지 추적도 가능하고 그러면은 이 회의에 참석했는 사람이 이렇게 리캡하는 경우도 있지만 뭐 참석 안 한 분들도 요것만 봐도 무슨 이야기가 흘러나는지 또 쉽게 알 수 있죠. 근데 이렇게 이제 참석했는 분이 이제 하이라이트랑 이런 걸 훨씬 더 잘 그러니까 이런 거 보고 또 요 카피 있죠. 클립보드에 저장하죠. 요게 또 멋진 기술인 것 같아요. 요거 한번 보세요.
their sellers will be able to rely on the AI assistant to note down all key points while they provide their undivided attention.
그리고 요거 이렇게 말고 이제 멘션 봐도 뭐 키워드라든지 아니면 사람이 누가 있었는지 뭐 언제 시간이었는지 뭐 이런 것들도 되게 요약하기에 좋은 것 같아요.
To the customer during virtual meetings. After the call, the meeting summary will provide a list of attendees and discussion highlights with clear follow-ups, which they can edit to make it more personalized to their workflow.
이제 복사한 거를 여기 이제 하이라이트 여기 붙이는 거죠. 그러면 우리 그 팀들 이제 회의 참석 못했던 뭐 관리자라든가 다른 사람들하고 의견을 공유할 수 있는 것도 이렇게 쉽게 할 수 있다는 거죠. 아니면 일일이 다 누군가가 정리를 했어야 되는 거잖아요. 이제 그럴 필요가 없다는 거죠.
To keep their managers updated on deals, they can share the summary with them.
그러니까 참석하지 아니한 관리자가 요 이제 회의 내용을 보고 코멘트를 주는 거죠. 향후 어떻게 했으면 좋겠다고.
This will allow the managers to provide coaching for future engagements. Through Viva Sales, Teleperformance sellers can now wow their customers through personalized engagements without ever worrying about the tool on hand. Data entry is no longer a burden, but an asset for improved interactions. Sellers are productive and more connected to their customers.
I love that story. That's really a great example of putting the people first, giving them that integrated experience right where they are.
Yeah, right in the flow of work. So you're not changing between Outlook and Teams. It's just now enlightened to support everything you need to do a better sales process.
Absolutely. Viva Sales is super innovative that way. But, there's more. I know there's more.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and inside of Viva Sales, the big thing is that we really focus on reimagining the sales process and empowering salespeople. And the important thing there was that AI-driven data entry and data automation and insights, so productivity is at as high as it possibly can be without feeling like the tools are slowing down the sellers.
And it embraces people working in either Outlook or Teams, whatever they're most comfortable in.
Yep.
Right? It's not about either or, it's about both. So that's fantastic. So our show is just getting started. I want to remind everyone to submit your questions for our question and answer session later. Go ahead and put them in chat, and we'll also take some questions from our live studio audience. So, all right, Charles. So we've seen some examples of how Microsoft's impacting the customer.
이제 고객 경험에 대해서 비바에 대해서 이제 얘기했고 고객 서비스에 대해서 이야기합니다.
Experience. But what about when it comes to customer service?
There has been a generational shift in how consumers engage with companies, and that also has changed what they expect from customer service and customer support. A key part of that is that engagement is increasingly being done through digital channels like a live web chat or Apple Business Message or social media. Who wants to pick up a phone and make a phone call these days? I don't want to do that. And the challenge faced by many of our customers from Microsoft is that their contact centers are built on
컨택트 센터, 즉 그 소비자 센터, 콜센터라고 보시면 돼요.
disconnected legacy systems that don't talk to each other, were built for voice and telephony, and these disconnected systems lead to really inconsistent customer experiences. And the consumer ends up paying the price and hitting the seams between all these different systems. And a good example of that is if you want to go from, say, chat to a phone call or back and forth, you usually have to start over, share your name again, your address.
그렇죠. 뭐 전화 통화라든가 채팅, 뭐 아니면 홈페이지, 뭐 다 처음부터 다시죠. 처음부터 다시. 그 공유가 안 되고 통합이 안 돼 있다는 얘기인 거잖아요.
Do your credit card number, that type of thing. So to really help address these challenges, many of our customers are using Dynamics 365 customer service to improve how they engage.
다이나믹 365 커스터머 서비스는 이걸 어떻게 개선시키고 고객 참여를 이루는지 한번 보세요.
And support those customers. And the big announcement we had earlier this year is the Microsoft Digital Contact Center Platform, a seamless end-to-end contact center solution. So in addition to being integrated with the Digital Contact Center Platform, we also are able to use amazing AI to help with automation and delight everyone involved in the customer journey, the agent and the customer themselves. So in just a second, we'll have Charles Drayton walk through an amazing demo that really highlights how the healthcare organization Baylor Scott & White were able to personalize omnichannel services and deliver preventive.
여러 가지 이제 채널들 아까 뭐 전화, 뭐 메신저, 이메일 이런 것들을 옴니채널이라고 해요. 여러 가지 채널을.
Care using Dynamics.
That is incredibly important. Let's go ahead and check that out.
Healthcare organizations today are being evaluated on their ability to deliver preventative services and improve overall health outcomes for the communities they serve. One way they're meeting this challenge is through more personalized omnichannel services. Baylor Scott & White is among the leaders in the United States in overall patient experience. Leveraging our digital contact center platform, Baylor Scott & White has been able to streamline patient communications through a combination of personalized self-service and an AI-driven contact center. Let's explore how the new features in the Release Wave 2 of Dynamics 365 customer service can support patient relations teams through enhancements in omnichannel engagement. Let's check it out. At Baylor Scott & White, the patient relations team serves as an advocate for patients and a liaison to address concerns. Lillian is one such liaison. Over the course of the day, she receives a wide array of inquiries through multiple channels from patients. Our new intelligent routing capabilities and preferred agent matching pair
지금 전화 상담을 그 병원이랑 환자 중간에 이제 매칭시켜주는 그 상담원이 릴리안이에요. 지금 여기 보면은 이제 그 상담 요청이 들어오고 있는 거예요. 그때 이제 처음부터 이제 상담을 받으려는 그 환자랑 여기 릴리안이랑 이제 전문성을 매칭해서 이제 처음부터 연결시켜준다는 얘기입니다.
Patients with Lillian based upon her specialty, availability, workload, and relationship history. As a specialist in oncology and women's health, Lillian is matched with a patient who missed an appointment for a mammogram. With the enhanced layout for the customer service workspace, Lillian can see both incoming and outgoing communications with patients across multiple channels on a single screen. An improved timeline gives Lillian a summary of previous interactions with the patient.
그러니까 그 전에 이제 타임라인 보면은 이제 어떤 그 경로를 통해서 시작됐는지 아니면은 지금 다른 채널에서는 어떤 이야기들을 했는지 이렇게 타임라인으로 쭉 보여주는 거죠. 요약해서. 그러면 이제 중간에 이제 상담원이 바뀌어서 이제 상담을 하더라도 그 전에 어떤 이야기를 했는지 다 하니까 상담에 대한 질이 높겠죠.
Lillian sees that the patient was initially contacted through an automated text message. This text message was generated by the Dynamics Customer Journey Orchestration.
요거예요. 처음에 이제 문자 메시지로부터 처음에 서로 이제 상담을 받기 시작했다는 거고.
When she missed her appointment. She's able to reschedule her appointment through the virtual assistant, but she had a question about the procedure that requires Lillian's assistance. One of the most common reasons for missed screenings is trepidation.
그래서 이제 그 여기서부터 다시 시작됐잖아요. 그럼 이제 그 전 이야기들이라든가 이런 것도 볼 수 있고, 그다음 이제 심사에 대해서 놓친 게 두려움이니까 요걸 이제 해결하는 방법이 뭔지 또 놀라워요. 그리고 또 이분하고 대화하는 과정에 여기 보면은 조금 이제 안 좋은 부정적인 이야기들, 요 긍정적 이야기들 이런 것들도 같이 볼 수 있도록 해놨네요.
About the results. And indeed, Lillian uncovers that this is
요 버튼을 누르니까 스마트 어시스트라고 해서 여기 지식 기사들이 쭉 이제 검색해서 나오는 걸 볼 수 있습니다. 요걸 보고 이제 이분에게 가장 도움될 만한 것들을 선택해서 이제 보내는 거죠, 메시지로. 여기 이렇게 보내면은 요쪽 메시지로 바로 보내집니다.
Why the patient missed her appointment. So an AI suggested knowledge article addresses many of those common fears patients have about mammograms. Lillian shares the article with the patient through the chat's auto reply. A transcript and conversation.
그다음 이제 그 녹취록과 대화 내용이 이제 자동으로 이렇게 요약돼서 이제 생성되는 거죠. 그리고 또 이런 이제 케이스도 이제 생성하는 것 같습니다.
Summary are automatically generated, which improves the intelligence.
그러면은 여기 크레이트 케이스라고 해서 요 이제 주고받았던 이야기라든가 필요한 이야기들이 이렇게 하나의 케이스로 만들어지는 거죠.
The contact center and provides valuable insights for future patient service engagements. Lillian looks for the next case in a customer service workspace's new inbox.
그리고 이제 인박스에 옮기면은 이제 그분이 이제 통화를 이제 전화를 그런데 못 받을 경우도 있잖아요. 그런 경우에 여기 리턴 콜도 하는 방법이 나오고요.
With overflow rules, patients no longer have to remain on hold to wait for a liaison to answer. They can instead leave a voicemail, and that will prompt an automatic callback. This message is a question about another patient's bill. The patient said her last visit was not covered by insurance, and she wants to know what her options are as she isn't sure how she can afford to pay. To understand more about why the bill wasn't covered and to suggest some alternatives.
그 보험 처리 안 되는 것에 대한 이유 뭐 이런 것들을 이제 물으니까 여기 보면은 크리에이트 스왑이라고 해서 뭔가 그룹을 만들기 시작해요.
Lillian begins to swarm. One of the newest enhancements to
어떤 이유로 지금 이제 뭐 청구서를 뭐 이제 못 받았는지 요거 이제 요약해서 올리고 있는 중이고요.
swarming is the ability to automatically add participants based upon the skill.
이제 그게 끝나고 나면은 이제 여기에 필요한 사람들 이제 그리고 이제 세 사람 다른 이제 이와 비슷한 세랑 여기 페이턴트 파이낸스 서비스라고 이제 태그를 붙인 요 세 사람들 다 초대하고요. 거기와 관련된 여러 이제 전문가들도 같이 초대하는 걸 볼 수 있습니다. 정말 멋져요.
required. Tasks are then generated for each swarm member. Upon initiating a swarm.
그럼 이제 이분들이랑 이제 대화를 주고받을 수 있죠. 이분 세 분을 초대해서 이런 문제에 대해서 어떻게 보냐고 전문가의 시각을 이제 상담을 받을 수 있는 거죠. 회사 내에서.
The AI adds a care coordinator and a financial counselor. Now through Microsoft Teams, the swarm members can see Lillian's.
그러면 이제 각각의 이제 사람들은 여기 보면 이분이 이제 여기 이 의견에 대해서 뭔가 내가 뭐 할 거 이야기할 게 있으면 업세트해서 이제 또 이야기를 주고받으면서 그 상담의 질을 높일 수 있는 거죠.
Question and can view the pertinent details about the patient from within Teams. After reviewing the eligibility criteria, the swarm eventually decides on the best course of action. They choose to issue a letter of medical necessity to the insurance company, and then they enroll the patient in a financial assistance program. This program will allow the patient to make discounted payments for any remaining balance. Lillian uses the new callback feature to share her
이런 것들 찾아서 이제 뭐 해결 방안이란 문서들 이런 것들을 이제 다 찾으면은 이걸 리턴콜을 해서 이제 그 상담을 요청한 분한테 그 결과를 공유를 하는 거죠.
findings with the patient. The patient confirms her identity with biometric voice authentication and discusses the options with Lillian.
또 놀라웠던 것 중에 하나가 이렇게 전화를 하면은 그분이 전화를 받고 목소리로 이제 뭐 대화를 할 거잖아요. 그러면은 그분인지 아닌지도 이제 음성을 통해서 그 인정을 이제 확인한다는 거예요.
And simultaneously, she's able to use dynamic, sophisticated automation capabilities to initiate enrollment in a financial assistance program. She does all of this right from within the workspace, and all Lillian needs is a verbal confirmation to complete it. The patient is relieved that Baylor Scott & White has someone who is looking out for her, and Lillian is thrilled to do her part in improving the lives of the people she serves.
Wow, so that digital contact center platform really does bring dynamic groups of people together to like solve problems.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're hoping to do with Digital Contact Center platform. It's an open platform that combines a bunch of different technologies like Dynamics 365, Nuance, Power Platform, Teams, and Azure. And that open platform supports any kind of customer to have that type of experience. And it enables organizations to really take what they've already invested in the past and easily add new combinations of capabilities like agent coaching, the omni-channel support, or the case or agent desktop experience right inside their contact center to take it to the next level. And you can get started with just any one of those individual pieces and start delaying your customers, or take the whole thing all at once. The platform is really designed to transform everything about the contact center and the customer experience.
Man, that is just really cool. So I want to pivot to a really hot topic, finance and supply chain management. These areas have been impacted in such profound ways over the last 2 years.
Yeah, and I think these are great complements and extensions of what people do when it comes to the sales process or say customer support. Is you have to actually fulfill the operations,
Right.
Put stuff on a truck and ship it out through delivery. So a lot of really important aspects of these things coming together.
Absolutely. So maybe we can start with finance operations. What are some of those biggest areas of change that you've seen?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, that with all of this change in consumer and customer behavior, there's also a need for every business to fundamentally update their core operations across finance and supply chain. That's because of things like new business models, hybrid work, gig economy, global market volatility. It's reshaping everything about the enterprise, and this is no more true than inside of ERP systems.
Right.
And what's great is inside of Dynamics 365, we can help optimize both financial and operating models to help make your organization more resilient and more agile given all of these changes. And we do that by connecting data within and outside the Microsoft Cloud, and we transform that into actionable insights. And the next demo that we have queued up is from Vandana Sharma, which shares how our customer, Columbus Global, is using the latest set of features we have to streamline
전체적으로 이제 프로세스의 어떤 간소화라고 보시면 돼요.
their financial operations.
How often do you hear, we need to find a way to get this done? With major labor shortages, supply chain issues, and new business models, we know you're regularly reimagining the way you work. CFOs need intelligent finance, project operations, and HR capabilities that lift their employees up as they pivot their approach. We make this simple and uncomplicated by delivering one solution with all of the capabilities you need for both your service-centric and product-centric business. Let's take a look at our latest features with our customer, Columbus Global. Columbus Global acts as the digital trusted advisor for organizations across the globe as they reimagine their businesses. One of their many offerings is subscription consultancy services. Using our new enhancements, their service sellers can now easily provide subscription quotes to customers. It's easy to specify a billing schedule.
다이나믹 365에 여기 이제 구독 관련돼 가지고 뭐 여러 가지 분할을 하기도 하고 뭐 이런 것들을 하고 있는 것 같습니다.
As well as split the bill across multiple parties. Using the new project quote estimation experience, they can also visualize the estimated margin and total estimated revenue for quotes.
이제 이런 것들이 시각화로 되어 있잖아요. 파워 BI로 데이터만 쭉쭉 잘 쌓으면은 나중에 이런 시각화 도구를 통해서 잘 보여주는 거예요. 이게 이제 기존 서비스 그냥 되고 있는 거라고 보시면 됩니다.
Once a deal is signed, the project kicks off with a streamlined sales handover as teams are connected in the same workflow. Using the embedded Microsoft project capabilities, the PM creates tasks, dependencies, and dates right in our finance offering. They update resource assignments and review the financial estimates and the schedule. Using these, they can create a budget as well as a read-only baseline of the project plan. Now the team is set up for an on-time and on-budget delivery. As team members deliver results, they can easily report their time on specific projects with the updated native modern experience, as well as log expenses using the new modern mobile expenses app. It's so easy to capture this information in the moment, reducing delays and avoiding inaccuracies, all providing better visibility into project profitability. Project invoices can now be bulk confirmed, and the project controller can generate them in a timely manner based on the time and material or subscription invoice schedule on the contract. They can easily recognize revenue on these projects thanks to the subscription-based invoicing and revenue recognition capabilities. For service-based companies, having the right talent is critical to delivering promised customer outcomes. New HR capabilities make the training and onboarding processes more streamlined than ever, meaning employees can start working on projects faster. Improved employee leave tools make planning more predictable. With new hires onboarded, tailored benefits notifications keep them on track with all deadlines. The updated virtual training capabilities ensure employees have the skills needed to make immediate impact on projects. We've seen today just a portion of the amazing new features in our finance offering.
As you heard from Vandana, we deliver a comprehensive solution that all the necessary capabilities that you need are contained in just one solution to reimagine your entire operations.
That was fantastic. Now, Charles, let's get to that other half we were discussing earlier, supply chain management.
Yeah, and this is another key area where we're helping customers reimagine the way they work. And like you said earlier, we've seen profound change over the last couple of years. Major shocks of supply and demand during the pandemic have exposed the vulnerabilities of the global supply chain, with nearly 70% of supply chain leaders responding to major disruptions since 2019. In the next video, we'll see and we'll show how Dynamics 365 can help our customers digitally transform supply chains without replacing existing systems and enable businesses to turn their supply chains into a competitive advantage.
I cannot wait to see this.
Microsoft Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management can help your organization exceed customer expectations, mitigate financial risks, and make a significant impact. Let's explore the new features in the release Wave 2. Meet Ryan, an inventory and planning manager. One of his key objectives is to hold the optimum level of inventory without tying up too much capital. Leveraging the inbuilt supplier performance dashboard, he
여기 보시면은 다이나믹 365 스플라이 체인 매니지먼트거든요. 이 페이지 모양 구성 정도가 예전하고 조금 달라진 것 같아요. 작년에 나왔던 것하고는 조금 더 이제 달라진 면들이 있는데, 그때는 좀 약간 이런 그래프라든가 내용들이 좀 적어서 좀 빈약해 보이는데 상당히 지금 많아요. 여러 가지 어떤 이런 위험 표시도 보여주고, 여기 하살표 뭐 이런 위험도 바로바로 알 수 있도록 해주고, 뭐 이런 것들이 좀 되어 있는 것 같아요.
learns that there is a high probability that one of his key suppliers can't deliver compressors on time. This is a big
작년에도 이게 있었나 모르겠는데, 이렇게 문제가 어디서 어떻게 연결되는지 이런 것들도 지금 보여주고요.
risk, since the compressor is a key component for the heat pumps that his customers are waiting on. Ryan acts immediately, using the new sourcing from vendors in other regions feature to overcome the risk. Ryan is also focused on predictable delivery. In the past, this meant consulting different systems, finding back emails, and being on the phone most of his day. Now, with the new Allocate and Reserve WHS items in Inventory Visibility feature, he can reserve on-hand inventory for his most strategic and profitable distributor. Next, with the Demand-Driven Materials Requirements Planning feature, he can protect and promote the flow through the supply chain with strategically placed decoupling point stock buffers. It tells him how much inventory to hold and adjust them dynamically based on different events. This means Ryan sees an increase in customer service levels, optimized inventory carrying costs, and prevented stockouts. Ryan also wants to increase agility and productivity in his warehouses. When responding to the need for additional Swedish satellite warehouses to accommodate bursts in demand, he accelerates implementation using the guided warehouse implementation wizard, delivering faster time to value. Using the new packing capability feature within the warehouse mobile app, workers can now pack, label, and ship goods quickly without being tied to fixed packing stations. Communication has also improved thanks to the new Display Product Information in the User's Language feature. With the new capabilities in Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management, you can further improve your inventory visibility and planning and agility of your warehouses.
I just think it's so meaningful how Microsoft is helping businesses, meet these profound challenges.
And that's what Dynamics 365 is all about. It enables companies to gain end-to-end visibility, improve their planning, increase inventory turns, and optimize fulfillment in warehouses. Like, how cool is that, actually optimizing warehouses? So manufacturers, they can build these agile and incredibly connected factories that proactively manage the shop floor using a real-time view of their production and inventory to boost throughput, quality, and uptime, all while reducing emissions and operating more sustainably. So retailers can meet their demand fluctuations and e-commerce needs with pop-up warehouses, automated with robots and optimized reverse logistics. And it even further enables businesses to rapidly adopt new business models, like supporting subscription-based services and deliver a great customer experience while doing it. The future is incredibly bright all around the supply chain area.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So just to recap, we've seen how Dynamics 365 and Power Platform impact the customer experience and customer service and meet modern finance and supply chain needs. So next up, I want to talk about low code. It's something we're all, really passionate about. It's super fun. And it's because it empowers pretty much anybody, right, to be a developer and to get into understanding solving business problems. And there's exciting new announcements in Release Wave 2, right?
Of course.
All right.
Of course.
Big shock,
yes.
That's why you're here.
The Power Platform, like you mentioned, enables everyone to create solutions with the world's most complete set of low-code development tools. So whether you like to use no-code, like purely visual drag-and-drop development, or low-code by mixing in some expressions like PowerFX, DAX, or M, or going all the way to pro code by dropping a JavaScript or calling Azure services, you can do all of it inside the Power Platform. You can easily analyze, act, and automate anything that you can think of at work.
All right, so can you talk us through each part of that?
Absolutely, and I think a lot of folks have used one, but not all of the Power Platform. And there are 5 different pieces inside the Power Platform, all with a single unifying vision of no-code, low-code, pro-code. Power BI is the world's most used self-service BI tool. It's been the runaway leader in Gartner MQs for years. Power Apps is the most used low-code app development platform in the world and is recognized as the leader by analysts across the industry. Power Automate is the main automation platform choice for companies, covering cloud automation and robotic process automation, or RPA. Power Virtual Agents makes it easy so you can build chatbots or conversational experience with AI. And last but not least, our newest addition, Power Pages, provides an easy way to build websites inside the Power Platform. By the way, Power Pages just went GA today.
Yep. That's great. That's
the great
awesome.
thing.
We're happy about that. It's exciting.
And the great thing about all the Power Platform pieces is that they're great on their own, but they're even better when you use them together. And that's what we're going to see in this next demo.
I have to see this right now. Let's throw it over to the amazing Lydia for more.
Your partner calls. Honey, I think we should change our internet provider. We all know how stressful changing providers can be. Try making that change as a large business, and the stress is multiplied by 100. Lumen has found a better way. They provide adaptive connectivity to business customers in 60 countries and decided to design a process supported by Power Platform that sets a new standard for changing internet providers. Lumen's original process involved capturing customer information in a mass of offline documents and spreadsheets. They simplified this by moving the end-to-end process and its data to Dataverse. Right now you might be thinking, Dataverse is too complex for me. We believe Dataverse is for everyone, so we integrated it everywhere in our Power App Studio. Let's see how easy it is for Lumen employees to create a business app to store customer information in less than 25 seconds.
파워앱스 지금 스튜디오거든요. 파워앱을 만들 수 있는 캔버스라고 보시면 됩니다.
In a brand new blank app, they click Add, select Table and Form View.
그 데이터버스가 하나의 그 데이터 저장소라고 보시면 되거든요. 그래서 테이블 선택하고 뭐 이런 것들은 지금 데이터버스에 있는 테이블을 선택한다고 보시면 됩니다.
And then select the tables that they want to have in the business application. A few seconds later, it's done. We just created rich experiences for all of those tables without having to place a single.
그걸 누르면은 이제 이렇게 바로 여기 그 표 형식, 테이블 형식의 앱이 만들어지는 거죠.
Control, formula, or layout. We can sort and filter by any of the.
그리고 여기 보시면은 이렇게 표 형식으로 되어 있잖아요. 파워앱스에. 근데 이런 것들이 이제 비주얼 디스뷰라고 누르면은 바로 파워 BI의 대시보드가 만들어져요. 지금은 우리가 그 데이터버스에서 이렇게 만들었는데 예전에 이제 작년에 쉐어포인트에서 똑같이 여기 비주얼라이즈드 요거 버튼을 누르면은 바로 이제 그 쉐어포인트 리스트에서 시각화가 되어서 보여주는 게 있는데 지금도 똑같은 것 같아요. 그러면은 뭐 아직 발표를 난 건 본 적이 없는데 앞으로 모든 어떤 데이터가 표 형식으로 되어 있다 그러면은 시각화가 버튼만 누르면은 자동으로 알아서 만들어지나. 그러니까 우리가 엑셀도 똑같이 이제 표 형식으로 되어 있잖아요. 거기도 누르면은 바로 여기 파워 BI에 요 시각화가 바로 물론 이제 이 모든 것들이 여기 그 파워 BI랑 연결시켜서 파워 BI에서 시각화를 이제 만들 수는 있어요. 뭐 블로그에서. 근데 지금 그게 아니라 요 있는 요 상태에서 바로 할 수 있다는 거죠. 자동으로 생성한다는 거.
Columns, and if users want to slice and dice the data in richer ways, with just one click, we can automatically generate a Power BI dashboard from the Dataverse.
그래서 이게 이제 모델 기반 앱의 특징인 것 같아요. 그래서 이제 여기 필요한 여러 가지 것들을 클릭해서 필요한 것들만 이제 뭐 독립 변수로 해서 뭐 바꿔본다든지 이렇게 해서 다양하게 풍부하게 필요한 어떤 그 시각화 도구가 뭔지를 찾아보는 과정. 네, 멋진 것 같아요.
Data. What's more, as Lumen builds out various applications to capture information relating to migration, it's easier than ever to collaborate. Using the same co-authoring capabilities that users are.
여기 보시면은 지금 한 분만 들어와 있어. 그런데 여기에 일단은 CL이란 분이 있고 다른 공동 작업 작성할 수 있는 분이 여기 들어와 있죠. 그럼 그분이 지금 여기 파워앱스의 페이지에서 어디에서 작업을 하고 있는지가 보여요. 여기 여러 명이면 각각의 팀원들이 어디에서 뭔가 작업하고 있는지 보이고요. 다른 뭐 사람들도 내가 어디 있는지 다 보이는 거죠. 요런 또 공동 작성 기능도 대단한 것 같아요.
Used to in Office 365, we're waving goodbye to the era of asking your peers to jump out of the app so that you can work on it. Meaning teams can create faster than ever. For Lumen employees who want support, build.
그리고 여기 파워앱스에 파워버추얼 에이전트가 챗봇이 붙어 있습니다. 그래서 누르면은 파워버추얼 에이전트가 나와서 MS의 공식 문서에 있는 것들을 검색해서 보여주는 것 같아요. 우리가 질문하는 거에 대해서. 근데 이것뿐만 아니라 여기에 이제 설정해서 작업을 좀 더 하시면은 우리 회사에 누군가도 이제 그 기술을 갖고 있는 누군가를 연결하는 것들도 가능합니다.
Building out an app, the new maker matching capability, which is delivered with an integrated virtual agent, guides them to learning content or experienced advisors within their organization who can help them. These well-connected internal communities ensure employees can create more successful low-code solutions. So, with the migration process now existing in Dataverse, it's time to explore Power Platform. Power Platform gives their employees with no developer background the ability to redesign the migration process in a way that is much more efficient and simple. The end result is one underpinned with automation that seamlessly engages the right teams at each stage of the process. Let's look at a few examples of the tools that they have access to. The first stage of the Lumen B2B process is, of course, engaging with the customer. It's really helpful to have a site for customers to visit to access more information about the migration process. Instead of needing to burden IT, using Power Pages, the
이게 이제 새로 이제 일반 공급된 파워 페이지거든요. 그래서 외부 고객들이 이제 우리 안에 있는 그 회사의 데이터를 가지고 홈페이지를 만들어서 그분들이 이용할 수 있도록 홈페이지, 외부 이제 홈페이지를 쉽게 만들 수 있다는 거예요.
sales team can build and update that site. Let's see how. In the Power Pages Maker Studio,
그러니까 여기 파워 페이지에서 파워 BI 불러오는 것이 이렇게 간단하게 쉽게 된다는 걸 보여주는 거예요.
they start designing. It's so easy to drag and drop content like Power BI.
파워 BI 보여주는 거는 이제 안 봤는데 여기 보시면은 폼 같은 경우도 이렇게 쉽게 만들 거고 이 폼이 하나가 아니고 이제 뭐 다단계 여러 개의 폼이 연결되어 있는 것들도 쉽게 파워 페이지에서 만들 수 있어요.
Dashboards and surveys that previously would have required a pro dev. What's more, for Fusion teams who want to do more,
그리고 또 중요한 게 여기 조금 전에 그 비주얼 스튜디오 코드 버튼을 눌렀잖아요. 그러면 웹에서 띄워져요. 그래서 여기 작업한 게 바로 실시간으로 이제 연동되도록 이렇게 만들어 놨거든요. 안 깔아도 돼요, 이거는.
more advanced customizations, a pro dev can jump straight into VS Code with one click. No need to download any tools, and changes are immediately reflected back in Maker Studio. Being able to build these without relying on IT means that the site can be updated to reflect new information with no delay. Once a deal has been signed, the work is handed over to the migration team. Instead of relying on the busy sales team to send an email and share the context, it can be automatic.
그리고 이런 여러 가지 흐름들이 있을 거잖아요. 프로세스들을 자동하는 게 이게 파워오토메이트인데 이번에 새로 들어왔어요. You describe it, AI builds it이라고 해서 여기 우리가 자이너로 우리가 지금 하고 있는 말로 설명하면은 요 흐름이 만들어지는 거. 이런 게 이제 코파일럿 이런 데서도 개발자분들이 보셨던 거 똑같이 말로 하면은 이제 흐름도 프로세스도 만들어주고 코딩도 해주고 이런 세상이 된 거죠.
Automatically shared with the migration team in Teams. How? Citizen developers in the migration team can create a flow using Power-Automate. Something I'm hugely excited to share is that now they can create a natural language flow. The migration team lead could simply
요렇게 이제 친다는 거예요. 영어로 해서 영어로 이제 입력해서 그런데 한글로 해도 어느 정도 돼요. 근데 이제 영어로 하는 게 훨씬 더 잘 되고 그다음 이제 이렇게 입력하다 보면 요 나타나는 요 문구들 있죠. 요거대로 하면 거의 완벽하게 되는 것 같아요. 근데 뭐 조금 더 수정하거나 이러면은 지금 잘 되는 것도 있고 잘 안 되는 것도 있고 좀 그런 면이 조금은 있는 것 같습니다.
type their request. When a new deal is signed, send a
그러면 이렇게 지금 플로우가 만들어진다는 거예요. 요 말을 이해해서 요런 흐름이요.
message on Teams, and the flow is ready to go.
그런 다음에 여기 트릭하고 액션이 나온 거에 대해서 이제 각 필요한 뭐 환경 변수들이라든가 필요한 것들 뭐 아이디 뭐 채널 선택해주고 뭐 보낼 팀즈 메시지 입력하고 이러면 이제 흐름이 이제 완벽하게 만들어진 거죠.
This is just one example of the automation that citizen developers can.
이제 우리가 사실은 흐름을 만들 때 이런 거 하나하나 선택하고 뭐 이렇게 하잖아요. 근데 이게 아는 사람들은 되게 이제 쉽게 이제 선택해서 만들 수 있는데 모르는 사람들은 뭐 어떤 그 작업들을 선택을 해야 이게 흐름이 원활하게 되는 이런 걸 잘 모를 수 있으니까 이제 말만 하면 된다는 거죠. 예, 이 코딩의 시대가 왔습니다.
Set up to streamline their process and save precious time. Natural language takes Power to an entirely new level. So the data appears in Teams in a card. Hold on, what's a card? Cards is a brand new feature of Power.
이게 이제 파워앱스의 또 하나의 또 대단한 건데 파워앱스 카드라고 이번에 또 새로 나왔어요. 우리가 이제 카드 종류들이 생각해 보면은 어댑티드 카드도 있고 뭐 여기 이제 새로 나온 앱스 카드도 있고 그다음 이제 또 뭐가 있나요? 루프 뭐 이런 것들도 있을 수 있고요. 그러니까 이게 카드는 아니더라도 여러 데이터들을 쉽게 옮겨 다닐 수 있거나 아니면은 그 모양 형식을 만들어서 쉽게 가져다 쓸 수 있는 요런 것들인 것 같아요. 저도 이제 파워앱스 카드는 아직 안 만들어 봐서 정확하게 어떤 기능을 하는지는 뭐 이제 감이 조금은 안 잡히는데 아마 그 비슷한 게 아닐까라고 생각은 합니다.
Apps that lets employees create tiny task-specific apps that are used right in the Teams chat. When a new migration is approved, the Power Automate flow, created using natural language, is kicked off, and the migration team lead receives a card in Teams. As you can see, the card presents them with the deal context and the ability to choose which team member to assign to lead migration. There's no need to wait on details from the sales team or jump into a separate solution to get context. It's simply presented exactly where the migration leader is already working in Teams. The team has the visibility they need with far less effort. How is the card built? A citizen developer starts off in the familiar.
여기 이제 파워앱스잖아요. 요 카드 만드는 방법에 대해서 이제 뭐 설명을 하고 그냥 조금 이제 시연해 주시는데, 예, 파워앱스 카드도 강력한 것 같아요. 그러니까 이제 뭐 그냥 글자를 텍스트를 쭉 나열한 게 아니라 뭐 이미지라든가 설명이라든가 뭐 이런 것들을 통해서 버튼을 통해서 어떤 동작을 구현한다든가 이런 걸 어떤 정형화된 모습으로 만들어 두면은 이게 지금 카드가 여기뿐만 아니라 다른 곳에서도 쓸 수 있지 않을까. 지금은 여기 만든 걸 팀즈에서 사용하고 있는데 앞으로는 아마 여기 파워앱스에서 만든 요 카드를 가지고 다른 곳에서도 쓸 수 있을 것 같아요. 그러면은 이제 우리가 적응형 카드, 어댑티드 카드하고의 통합 내지는 뭐 사용상의 유사성 이런 것도 발견할 수 있을 것 같고요.
Low-code designer. Here they find our handy data connectors, including Dataverse, the single source of truth for the entire program. They can easily design the card layout, including pulling data in from a variety of sources. The assigned to project.
그래서 지금 이제 만들 때 아까 그 소스 데이터의 소스가 데이터버스였잖아요. 그럼 이제 제가 생각할 때는 데이터버스를 기본 저장소로 사용하고 있는 여러 가지 쉐어포인트라든가 뭐 아니면 팀즈, 좀 전에 봤던 팀즈 아니면 여기 파워앱스 이런 곳에서는 그 데이터가 저장소가 같으니까 데이터베이스가 같으니까 요 카드를 같이 이용할 수 있는 날이 오지 않을까라는 제 개인적인 생각입니다.
Manager button can be powered by the goodness of Power FX. After any final changes, the card is ready to go. We've seen today how Lumen has been able to build a world-class migration process that stops the phrase, "Ugh, we're changing internet providers," in its tracks. With the entire process sitting on Dataverse, Lumen employees with no developer background are able to innovate and transform their approach, thanks to Power Platform. This power is available to you today.
We have seen these amazing capabilities in the real world, which you know I love. I want to thank you also for your support of the Microsoft community. People come there to learn new skills, to meet each other. You've been a great partner in that, and you know there's just so much. As a technologist, how important is community to you?
It's everything. I think that what we see is really products that are actually game-changing and fundamentally shifting how people work and how they skill and where they go pursue careers can only really be enabled if there's a community which supports, fosters, and lifts up others who are trying to join and use that product. And what we see is communities which are more open and kind of going and trying to find people from different backgrounds and different perspectives to bring them into the fold are the ones which get the most enduring success over time. So for Power Platform, where people ask me kind of what helps it grow so quickly, why is it kind of showing up all over the place? The community is item number 1, item number 2, item number 3. And I'm not just saying that because I'm talking to you, Caroline. So.
Everybody knows. I love that. Well, you have an awesome community success team too. And so we've done a lot of work together and had a lot of great announcements here at Ignite. We'll talk some more about that with our partner Jeff too. So that'll be fantastic. But now what we really want to do is turn it over to all of you here at Microsoft Ignite into focus. We know you have some questions, so let's go ahead and get to them. I think we're going to take one from online. It's going to come from chat. And Edgar Aguilar asks, I would like to try all of these new products. Where can I go to try them for myself? Maybe through a VM?
So the good news about just about everything that you saw through the demos today, it's all available online, delivered through a SaaS product. So all you need is an Azure Active Directory account, and you can easily create one of those if you don't have one. And you can get building your first app in Power Apps in a minute. You can get Viva Sales configured in a minute. You can go start spinning up Dynamics 365 customer service in a minute. No credit card required. Unless there's like a fraud check or something, no credit card required, and you can get in that trial at no cost. And that's one of the big things which is so exciting about business apps and the Power Platform is you don't have to go install or set anything up. Just right in your browser, you can get value and try it in just a very short period of time.
Access is everything. That's awesome.
Yes.
Now we have one from here in the audience.
Hi, Jonathan Graham Almac. So we currently have a thriving Power BI citizen developer community, and we're looking to grow this into the Power Apps citizen developer. What new features or future features on the platform will really help manage the governance of as we expand out into the citizen developer world for Power Apps?
Yep. So this is a great question. So one of the other big announcements we had at Ignite today was the GA of something called Managed Environments, which provide a way to manage the development experience and development framework for citizen developers around data loss prevention policies, reporting and visibility of what they're building, as well as even limitations around sharing or the tutorials people see when they first get started. So managed environments are a huge step forward in providing systematic guidance and enforcement for citizen developer communities. We also have great support in things like the Automation Center of Excellence Toolkit, which was a recent announcement too. So you can go track and manage the return on investment of every one of these solutions that gets built, because what we've seen is with Power Platform, it's kind of this new idea, low code, no code. We're really at the vanguard of disruption, and a lot of companies are trying to figure out what is the actual business value. And we all know, if we live in it, there's a ton of value. But we got bosses, we have to build reports and share it, and that Automation COE Toolkit makes it really easy to show the value of all those citizen developers. So I say check out Managed Environments, check out the Automation COE Toolkit. And one of my favorite announcements that we had recently was we now support Power BI artifacts inside of Dataverse solutions. So you can deploy apps, BI reports, workflows, everything all in one go. And we've been working kind of across all these different teams to enable that for at least 18 months. So hopefully you can give any of those 3 things a try.
I love that. That's a great answer. There's so much insight, excitement in this space, and I want to thank the audience, both online and here in the room, for their great questions. And our show has just flown by. The last thing is, what are you most excited about in Release Wave 2?
And it's hard to kind of pick your favorite of like all your little children, but I'd say there's just so much great work that's been released. And what we're really going to do to expand on that is we're going to have basically a launch event later this month, the Business Applications Virtual Launch Event like we do every 6 months. And it's going to go even deeper to all the capabilities in Release Wave 2 and cover all the great content and also with on-demand deep dives. And if I did have to pick one, I would have to say it's the AI-powered Power Automate CloudFlow thing, where you can just use natural language and it builds a workflow. That is just the beginning of something really special, we think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been fantastic. Thank you for sharing the stage with me today. Thank you so much for being here, Charles.
Thank you, Caroline. I really appreciate you hosting.
I don't know about all of you, but I thought I was excited before about Release Wave 2, and now I'm really excited. There's so many things for me to go learn and try. What a testament to how Microsoft continues to make real-world impact with business applications near and dear to my heart. Before we send you off today, I want to remind you to continue learning within the community and on Microsoft Learn. There's so many more ways to do that, like participating in local events, meeting your peers in our online forums, or expanding your skills with the Cloud Skills Challenge. Thank you so much for getting into Focus with me. I'm Caruana Gatimu. Have a great Microsoft Ignite, and I'll see you soon.
예, 여러분 잘 보셨습니까? 오늘 1시간 정도 꽤 길게 했는데요. 전체 내용 한 40분 정도인데 제가 중간중간에 좀 설명을 드린다고 한 20분 정도 더 지체된 것 같습니다. 근데 이제 사실은 중간중간에 하고 싶은 말들 훨씬 더 많았는데 여러분들 1시간 동안 듣는 것도 제게 이제 힘드실 것 같아가지고 아마 이 영상을 이제 시청하신 분들 중에는 뭐 처음부터 끝까지 보신 분들도 있고 중간에 나가신 분들 있을 것 같은데 끝까지 보신 분들 같으면은 뭐 제가 그 화면 이제 중간중간 멈춰서 이제 보여드린 것들도 있지만 여러분들도 그 번역본이 그렇게 매끄럽진 않지만 근데 실제 이제 MS에서 내준 그 영상을 보면 훨씬 더 이해하기가 좀 어렵거든요. 그것도 그나마 약간은 이제 문단도 끊고 번역 이제 다시 한 부분도 약간 구글 번역기 돌렸지만 여하튼 뭐 번역기 돌려서 이제 조금 작업을 한 게 했기 때문에 조금 더 편하게 보실 수 있으리라고 생각합니다. 그래서 이제 한 번만 듣지 말고 좀 여러 번 생각을 하면서 또 멈추고 생각해 보면서 또 찾을 거리도 정리하면서 이렇게 공부하시면은 아마 다음에 또 이거와 관련된 그 세부 상세 그 세션들이 있거든요. 그분들 그 부분하고 연결해서 보시면은 훨씬 더 좋을 거예요. 이건 이제 전체적인 그 맥락 흐름을 이제 담는 작업이라고 보시면 되거든요. 키노트들이. 네. 그래서 오늘은 이 정도 이렇게 보시고 다음에 키노트 지금도 이제 미드업 계속 진행하고 있는데 제가 미드업이 끝나더라도 중요한 세션은 지금 이런 식으로 번역해서 계속 올리려고 생각하거든요. 그러니까 같이 미드업을 이제 한 6번 하는데 미드업 외에도 이제 같이 공부하고 싶은 내용들은 꽤 많아요. 근데 이제 매주 모이는 게 뭐 여러분들 쉬운 건 아니니까 그래서 이제 제가 유튜브로 계속 영상을 올려 드릴 테니까 한번 보시고 잘 공부했다가 다음에 저 오프라인 미드업 때 오셔가지고 질문도 하시고 같이 핸즈온도 같이 했으면 좋겠습니다. 네, 오늘도 감사합니다. 네, 다음에 뵙겠습니다.